Okay.
So, from here, we're going to go over the ghost escape this week. So, start side control, please, Steve. My goal, the first game we're going to play, your only goal is to get your close side frame in, send that wrist to the far hip. Here, right? Like I'm trying to lift it, like I'm trying to bicep curl him. Added task, your hand or tricep has to remain super tight to this arm. Okay, to the point where if I'm here and I'm in my ghost escape position, if Steve lifts his chest up all the way off the floor, go ahead, like sit up. I should be sticky with him, right? If there, go ahead, lift up again. If there's space here, no good. You've just lost. Okay, so again, from here, you're going to get this close side frame in. We went over a couple different ways to get the frame in. Again, we could knock our opponent's head offline and bridge that frame in, or swing my legs away, get my frame in. However you want to get that frame in, send it to the far hip here. Now, the added bonus is I have a gi. So if I grab the material around the armpit, I can kind of cheat that tricep grip, right? So I stay sticky chest to chest here. If he lifts up, I should be able to stay with him. But even if I don't have the gi, I should be able to stay sticky with him. Go ahead, lift up with just my tricep here. Okay? I don't care if my opponent lifts all the way off the floor. I want you to stay chest to chest on. So this is the final, for the person on bottom, this is how you score. Getting the far hip inverted and getting this tight here. Person on top, all you're trying to do is hold what you've got, or if you see an opportunity, you're going to advance the knee on belly or mount. Everybody clear on the first game? All right, on three. 1, 2, 3. Let's get to it, guys.
Rick on top, Alyssa on the bottom here. Alyssa use leg momentum to get that frame inside. She's gonna send all the way forward. Good. I'd like to see her, instead of using her hand to trap the tricep here, like use her entire arm to trap the tricep because she's got to pass that chest to chest test. Again, if your opponent lifts up off the ground, you should be able to glue your chest to theirs using the power of that tricep. She bridges, gets Brit's head offline, sends the arm through. But again, I need a strong grip on the tricep with her right arm. That's a good bridge. Good insertion here. But again, I need a stronger grip here. And again, a good way to make sure your partner has a good grip on that tricep is after they get into that frame inserted position, for lack of a better word. The person on top, lift your chest up. And the person on bottom should be able to maintain that chest to chest contact. Got Kev on top and Ant on the bottom here. Let's see how Ant decides to insert the frame. It's got pretty good tight pressure here side from side control. Oh, Ant gets all the way through, but again, he's getting can't get lazy with this grip here. It looks like he's trying to insert the far frame first. Bridges. It's a right elbow in. I believe it's in right now. Maybe not. I was wrong. Kevin give it lots of pressure here. Yep, so Ant's got a good grip on that far tricep, so that's one piece of the puzzle. He's got to send his arm. There we go. Sends the right arm all the way through. Nice. Again, I'd like to see Kevin try and lift his chest up at the end to see if he could break the chest to chest contact from Ant's perspective. It's just a good test to make sure that your partner's really holding on to that tricep. You're running out of time. Steve on top, Zach on the bottom. Zach bridging to get that far frame inside. Good. Want to see him around the tricep. Passes the chest to chest test. Kind of. Steve had his hand curled. But I'd like to see Zach around the tricep, not around the shoulder. Let's see if he makes that adjustment this time around. It's the frame in. Good. It's a long frame in. Good. Yep, exactly around the tricep here. And again, when doing the chest to chest test, person on top, I want both arms straight, essentially on the floor like this. Because if your hand is curled like this, you're kind of carrying them a little bit. There we go. Then I tell him as much. Exactly. That's exactly what I want to see. Now we know that Zach is glued tight, or as tight as possible to that chest. A little bit easier in the gi because you have the fabric to hold on to. In my opinion, a little bit harder to get that far frame. Zach's doing a good job preventing Steve from mounting as well, or advancing to knee on belly. See if they got time for one more. Very good. Steve on top, Khaled on the bottom here. Khaled gets a far frame in, good, and gets around the tricep. See if he passes the chest to chest test. Yes, he does. Excellent. Got no complaints about that one. Swings his legs over this time into a bridge. That was nice. So I want to look at that again. He goes for the leg swing, doesn't get the frame inside, but turns it immediately into a bridge here. Manages to get that frame inside. Long frame, good. Steve tries to recover, no good. He's got the tricep grip. Let's see if he passes the chest to chest test. Yes, he does, with the help of the gi. That was very nice. Good use of combination jujitsu. The best kind of jujitsu, in my opinion. At that wrestler's bridge, he's crazy with the bridge. He's got to be careful he doesn't get mounted here. He's being nice and not sliding his knee over, throwing his leg over. But again, the parameters for the wind conditions. Yep, exactly. Wind conditions for the person on top. Hold what you got or maintain your position. So when you guys are playing this game, I want the same thing. Person on top, don't just hold. If your opponent's making mistakes or getting tired or getting lazy, slide over into knee on belly, slide over into mount. Zach on top, Steve on the bottom here. Steve bridges. Looks like he's got a piece of that elbow and he's got to get the rest of it in. Big bridge. There we go. Right into perfect chest to chest position with the test. Excellent job. Again, Zach's crazy strong, super hard to deal with, even as a white belt, especially in the gi. He's got good jiu-jitsu too. I don't want to make it take anything away from his skill, but man, his strength is something else. Even though he doesn't look like it, he's lighter than me. Skip forward a little bit. Oh, maybe not. They got right back into it. So Steve's got to be on his P's and Q's if he wants to get anything on Zach. Yeah, you could see him struggling. Myself too. I struggle getting out of Zach's side control, even though I've been doing a lot longer than him. So Steve goes to a leg swing instead of a bridge, trying to get anything he can to get a piece of that elbow in. They're gonna run out of time though. Dave on top and Dave on the bottom. Oh, geez, that's gonna get confusing. I'm just gonna say top and bottom. So bottom, that's the hand positioning. Good. Let's hope he stays sticky with the chest. Yep, just like that. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Bridge was good. Insertion of the long frame was good. Grip around the tricep was good. Well, I'm just saying white Dave on top, black Dave on the bottom, just like I do in class. So I would like to see this arm, instead of around the back, I would like it around the tricep. The reason being, around the back allows you to keep that chest to chest connection a little bit tighter. However, it doesn't prevent your opponent from bringing this arm out. By getting the grip around the tricep here, not there, here, yes, it is harder. You got to squeeze a little bit harder on the tricep in order to maintain that chest to chest contact. However, your opponent isn't free to take their arm out one way or the other. Is trying to bridge to get that arm in. There we go. Swings in. There we go. That's a perfect positioning. That's exactly where I want to see the arms. Ooh, prevents the mount. Very good. Prevents the mount again with that far hand. Good. And again, I want to see that arm. Yeah, there we go. Around the tricep. And the chest to chest test. Tony on top. Gordon on the bottom here. Tony doing a good job freezing that far frame. There's some weird with the hands here. Jordan's got his right arm in position, his left arm. Because Tony has a grip on his right arm, he's having trouble getting a grip on his left arm. Or with his left arm, I should say. That was funky. I've never seen that before. Again, if your opponent does that, you'll probably switch to an easier, a more viable escape. But yeah, right here is the final product that I want them to get into. Passes the chest to chest. That's good. So I'm gonna start over. We have time for one more. There we go. Yep, yep, exactly. Tony got there. Nice. Maybe get one more in. Arm comes under. Oh, that was slick. Oh, but he's forgetting about that. He forgot about the mount. Oh, but he manages to escape. Very nice. Got Rick on top, Steve on the bottom here. Steve gets a little purchase with the underhook. Good. Here's chest to chest. Excellent. Or chest to chest test, I should say. Passes. It's the elbow in. Rick doing it. I want to point something out here. Rick doing a great job. He realizes the elbow's coming in, so he gets an overhook on that arm and he's turning his hips to try and get that elbow back out. Very smart. Yep, he's got that elbow back out, but Steve gets it right back inside. Ooh, nice, and digs for that underhook. Yep, passes the chest to chest test. Bridges. Oh, Rick's looking for an underhook on the other side. So, I okay, Steve manages to get the underhook, passes the chest to chest test here. Honestly, if your opponent were to get this underhook, you would probably switch to something else. Steve has room, so he'd probably turn into his opponent, get this frame inside, and start working a traditional shrimp escape where it pushes towards his opponent and shrimps away from his opponent. Obviously, working the one specific drill slash position to set up the ghost escape now. We got the underhook, and we're going to settle for that. Series of bridges to get that far frame in. Oh, gets it around outside. Sean on top, Tony on the bottom. Oh, Tony gets that far long frame cut. That was very good. They run it again. Gets the overhook here. Ooh, slick. Slick by Sean. Slid that knee right over. Want to get that far underhook in. Yep, there we go. That was very good. Both these guys doing well. It's whoever's got that like 1% advantage. There we go. Nice. We got time for one more. Sean dropping that knee to the ground. I was trying to look for the mount here. Rushed it, but better than nothing. Khaled on top, Rick on the bottom here. Working to get the frames inside, and Khaled is looking to advance his position. Series of shrimps and bridges gets Rick's elbow in, but he's got to get the hand in through. God, there we go. Again, the ghost escape, I feel, is a great way to counter your opponent's sit through. And I know Khaled's not sitting through right all the way right now, but when Rick gets his elbow in, you see Khaled trying to go from horizontal position with his hips to a vertical position with his hips. Well, if you can get your hand inside, even if your opponent goes vertical, it's not going to be the same ghost escape, but we are going to adjust that later. Forget what I'm telling these guys. We're going to fast forward. There we go. Passes the chest to chest test. Very good. With a punch to the stomach. Tony on top, Sean on the bottom here. Sean, big bridge, beautiful. Bridge right and punch that left arm right under into an underhook. Very nice. Starting. Oh, I thought he had that bridge for a second. Tony beat him to the punch though. Big bridge. Let's see if yeah, he's got that arm under. I'm doing a horrible job with the camera. But Tony's blocking it with his arm, trying to advance his position at the same time. Sean's blocking it. Interesting scramble here. Lost the overhook, but he's not mounted yet. Kinda at the end. It's a very interesting scramble. Oh, beat him to the punch on that one. Good job, Sean. Tony doing a good job occupying that arm. They're going to run out of time. We've got Jacob on top, Chow on the bottom. Jacob trying to hold him down. Chow gets a position. There's the chest to chest test I'm looking for, except I would like, rewind it a little bit. I'd like Jacob not to use this hand because he's essentially holding him up. So when you do the chest to chest test, only use the overhooked arm to lift up, and your opponent, the person on bottom, should be able to maintain contact. I think I'm telling him as much. Good, gets the frame inside. Let's see on that position. That's what I want to see. Also, I would like to see, yeah, there we go. Straighten out that arm Really, yeah, because if you're curling it in, you're essentially helping your partner up. But if you straighten it out, they have to use their grip strength, for lack of a better word, to hold on to your tricep. So when Chow bridges, his hand is going straight vertical. I want to see it come this way. His goal should be to knock Jacob's head off the line, so it's over here, not here on this side of Chow's head. That way you could really get misalignment with that frame inside. There we go. That's a chest-to-chest test I'm looking for. Pretty good job by both of these gentlemen. I just want to see that small correction. That's a little bit better. Still like to see it knock the head offline instead. No, that's pretty good. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna change my mind on that one. That was pretty good. There we go. And I'd like to see this right arm come through under this way because we're making that ghost escape position. Got time for one more, maybe?
Both side frame in, and we're setting our ghost escape, right? So whether you bridge, you swing your legs away, and you get your arm in, or however else you want to get your close side frame in, that's fine. You send it to the far hip, palm up, because it's going to become apparent why. Now, there's a reason I'm having you stay super tight to this arm, which is going to rear its head in a second. From here, a flat body is an immobile body, so I'm going to get onto my side. Now, 90% of our escapes, we turn into our partner, we're going to turn away. As I turn away, I'm going to walk my legs until I'm parallel. At the same time, I'm lifting up this arm. So, again, stay heavy on this arm. Again, I'm going to explain why in a second. I get on my side. I start walking parallel. As soon as I'm parallel, my back leg switches forward, and I come up to my front headlock here. Okay. Obviously, he's not resisting right now. That's what it looks like clean. That's our goal. But again, as we go on later today, we're going to address common problems. I get my close side frame in, send it to the far hip. Look, I'm already kind of starting to turn parallel, right? Keep heavy on this arm, and I'm going to explain why we do that in a second. I raise this as I walk parallel. As soon as I'm parallel, I get on top here. Now, why am I having you heavy on that arm? Don't we want to make space? Kind of. From here, if I'm lazy with this arm, and he feels me, as I turn, he lifts his chest up, I'm getting on my back. Okay? So, if in this technique, you're turning and your opponent lifts their chest up, yeah, they're giving you space, stay tight, and I want you to insert that frame and then start working on other escapes. Okay? So if you do decide to break that chest-to-chest connection, it should be on your terms, not your opponent's terms. Okay? That way you are one step ahead of them, and then you could set yourself up for future success as opposed to being one step behind them and you get your back taken. Okay? So from here, person on top, you're going to hold, but we're going to start here. You're going to hold what you got or try and advance your position, right? So as I turn, he might be trying to mount me. I got to block him with this arm, whatever. I got to turn here and get to a front headlock position. Or if in that event, he lifts up and then decides to abandon this technique, I'm going to start making frames and slide my knees in for the side control escape. There are a few things that I want to address that are going to prevent your escape. But let's go through this for a couple rounds and then we'll address those as it comes up. Cool? All right, on three. 1, 2, 3. Start of what if scenarios. Okay, so we went over what happens if your opponent's lifting their chest up. Again, if your opponent's lifting their chest up, you let go on your own terms, so you could make frames and then escape side control. Probably, maybe you come up with an underhook paternal. Maybe you go back to, I don't care. Okay, one way your opponent is going to resist is if they feel you going parallel. So I'm starting here. If they feel you going parallel here, Steve's going to take his left hip, and he's going to drop his left hip, kick his left foot out. Or, no, sorry, right foot. Right foot out, yeah, here. And he's going to stop you here. Because even if we're parallel, look, I can no longer make my way underneath him. Okay, so again, we started here. Yeah, he's in regular side control. He feels me going, and he drops. Okay, look, even though I'm parallel here, I can't continue on. Okay, from here. Because he's parallel, I have a chance to put him on his back here. Before he was perpendicular, now he's parallel. We have to address the situation accordingly. You're either going to swing your legs or bridge, right? From here, I like to bridge, so I'm going to walk my legs forward. I'm going to bridge into my opponent and end up on top here. Okay? Again, you can achieve the same thing by swinging your legs. So I'm going to do the same exact thing, except this time I swing my legs. From here, I start with the ghost escape. I go, he sits the base out. I hit the wall. As soon as you hit the wall, spring forward and get on top. It sounds dumb, but it works, I promise you. I got a bunch of live footage of it working yesterday. There's one other issue that I want to address, and it's when the back of your head, quote unquote, gets caught on your opponent's bicep here. So Steve's got a good dig here. I go to turn, and I'm trying to walk parallel, but look, in order for this technique to work, my head has to be past this bicep so I can turn, right? If it's caught on his bicep and he's deep behind, yeah, really drop your elbow. Yeah, here, look, no way, right? So if you notice that you're trying to run parallel and you run into that bicep, hold what you got. You're gonna raise this arm as you bump, 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 and then continue on with the rest of the technique. Okay? So person on top, I want you to resist. For now, one of two ways. Either really get that elbow far behind your opponent's head, or sit the base through as they go parallel, make them deal with that situation. I'm gonna say one thing about this, not just this, but jiu-jitsu in general. If you hit a wall, immediately switch directions, start creating a scramble. The good thing about a scramble is if you create a scramble and you're one step ahead of your opponent, meaning they're reacting to you and you're not reacting to them, you will eventually beat them on one angle or the other. So I'm going parallel, my opponent sits through, I hit the wall, I immediately swing back, he goes back perpendicular to block that, then I can go back parallel and start going between the full ghost escape and the switchback. That's just one example. Any questions? All right, on three. 1, 2, 3.
Sean on top, Tony on the bottom here. Sean sitting at base. He might get hit with a switchback. Oh, no. Tony elects to go through. Doesn't end up on top, but manages to get to a guard position with the guillotine. Maybe finish. And no time. Sean on top, Saeed on the bottom here. Saeed starting the ghost escape position. Goes to run it. Uh, okay. So again, he didn't get on top because the chest lifted up. Here. He kind of almost pushed him off. However, he made enough space to get his bottom knee through and recover the guard position. Very nice. Kind of. Kind of a guard position.
Yep, bump and shrimp, bump
Free
and
kick
reverse shrimp, bump and reverse shrimp.
on the bottom here. Zach bumping into position. So far got it. Trying for that ghost escape. Rick is really burying. I don't know if you can see it here. Burying Zach's head. Oh, there, perfect time for a switchback. Beautiful. So let's look at that again. Rick feels like he needs to adjust because Zach's getting a little bit too far into the technique. They're relatively parallel. Zach doesn't even really swing for a lot of momentum. Sits up, manages to overcome the barrier, and comes through. Very nice. Starting in the ghost escape position. Okay, so now Zach has a chance to run it because there's no longer this arm blocking the back of his head. Let's see how he adjusts. Yep, gets his head through. Turning, 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 turning. He could switch back again. Now he should hit switch back. Oh, too late. Still trying to run it. Doesn't quite get out on that one. He had a couple chances to hit the switchback. I know that's not what it was really called. This was just why I call it because you're kind of switching back, but hey, it is what it is. Starting in the ghost escape position. Rick sits through. Goes to switchback, doesn't work. Looks like he's going to run out of time. And he runs out of time. Khaled on top, Kevin on the bottom here. Khaled super, you could tell he's like really grinding in with that shoulder, getting that good shoulder pressure in. Like trying to make space here. Oh, he's gonna get caught in the head and arm. Okay, brings his arm back. I mean, not quite sure what he's looking for with the. Maybe he's looking for an underhook. Khaled looking to attack that exposed arm, keeping that pin. Okay, goes to escape position with one arm, but now he's got to worry about the other. Goes for the ghost escape without the arms, but manages to turtle escape maybe. Escape to the front headlock. Technically, that would be considered an escape. I'm making him work out of this position though. So, oh, I thought he was out for a second. So he got out of the initial position. Ah, he got caught in a guillotine. So let's look at that first part. Didn't have the chest to chest or the arm around the tricep for the chest to chest connection, but still manages to get to his side here and end up on bottom front headlock, better than being inside control. Considered an escape in jiu-jitsu. Aldo on top, Jose on the bottom here. Okay, let's look at what went wrong. Jose starting gets to the ghost escape position. Okay, Aldo was at the same time trying to slide over to knee on belly. However, Jose is lacking this arm, no chest to chest connection. So when he turns, there's nothing keeping him there. And Aldo slides right back into side control. Let's see if Jose makes any. Oh, guess that's it. Kevin on top, Chris on the bottom here. Chris working to get those frames in. Looks like he's got it. Looking to free his head. Turn the other way. There we go. Steps out the back. He's got to hit the switchback now. Kevin kind of coaching him through it. So he can either bridge or swing his legs away. There we go. Hits the switchback. Yeah, as soon as you feel your opponent trying to block your escape by sitting their hips through, just like you bounce a ping pong off a paddle or throw a ball against the wall, go use that momentum, go right back to the other direction. Chris gets that in easy. Kevin, let's go. Interesting. Yep, Chris has turned the other way. There we go. Continues through. I would hit the switchback from here. Exactly. Nice. Very good. Black Dave on top, White Dave on the bottom. White Dave looking to get that arm in. Black Dave. Oh, there we go. It's got the position. Let's see if he can finish. Walking. Yeah, beautiful. That was textbook. Very nice. Nothing too much to critique there. Got in position. Walked out of Mordor. So here, Dave locking him down pretty tight. His knee and elbows connected. Gets the frame in. Far tricep. Gets the underhook here. Oh, head pops right out. Right on top. Very nice. Again, not too much resistance here. Run it back one more time. How's he gonna get that frame in? Swings his legs away. Yep, gets the frame in. Good. Oh, Dave trying to mount. Blocks him. Yep, gets that arm in position. Let's see if he can finish. Yes, very nice. That was smooth. Wait, Dave on top. Black Dave on the bottom here. Dave looking to get that frame in. Beautiful. Gets to the ghost escape position. See how he just turns. Yep, and right out the door. Nice. First one, a gimme. Here we'll run it back. Oh, good. Gets the arm in. He's got to connect the tricep though, or else something like this is gonna happen again. Manages to get the. Oh, no. I thought he was gonna end up on top, but he had his arms like inverted. Yeah, he's got okay. He's got instead of having a traditional body lock, he's got his left arm up here and his right arm down here connected. So all Dave has to do is kind of roll back and he's back in side control. He had the escape too. He had it for a second. Fast forward. Oh, too far. Oh, that was smooth frame entry. Yep, walking out the back, walking out the back. Loses the chest. Oh, now he's got to put him in half guard. He's still got a fighting chance here. He's caught in a head and arm choke. He's got to get that arm out of there. His right arm, I mean. There we go. Manages to shrimp back to a guard position. So again, even if the ghost escape doesn't work in its entirety, hopefully you create a scramble in which you can control, start inserting frames, and hit other escapes. Khaled on top, Steve on the bottom here. Steve starting the ghost escape position. Beautiful escape. There we go. Can he get on top? Yes, he can. Nice. That was textbook. Blocked the hips, ran it. Perfect execution. Oh, no need to fast forward. They get right to it. Starting in the ghost escape position. Okay, so Khaled's really got Steve's head buried here. Steve either has to adjust by moving down this way or move on to a different escape. Let's see what he does. Gets his head free, good. Now's the perfect time to hit the switchback because you see Khaled has his hips relatively vertical. He's sat this leg through hardcore. There we go, beautiful. Like I said, it doesn't from the out to the outside observer, it doesn't seem like it should work. He's complaining about mat. Oh yeah, he's got that mat burn on his face. I don't know if you guys can see it. Damn. Yeah, he's got to go clean up that blood. It happens, especially you can put a lot of pressure. Go one more time. Probably gonna run out of time. Hit the switch back again. Oh, he comes out the back door. Oh, that was that was Zach. I thought that was Steve. Steve's still cleaning up the blood. Good escape by Zach. Zach on top, Rick on the bottom here. Rick starting in that ghost position. Again, this arm's crucial to prevent your opponent from sliding over into mount. Sorry, I probably should also address that looks like Rick has freed his head and he's running his legs this way, upper body this way for the ghost escape. Yep, beautiful. Worst case scenario, he could have pulled guard. So he gets about here. He realizes, let's say Zach is in a much more athletic position. He's on his feet. He's running Rick over like this. At the worst case scenario, sit through the guard or half guard. But Manages to get his hips out, get to a neutral position here. Didn't end up on top, but hey, way better than when we started underneath side control. Granted, we're starting with the ghost escape position, specifically this arm. Oh, that's weird. This arm in position. That was his ass, but there we go. This arm in position. So we'll run it again. Oh, Rick doing something different this time. Okay. Manages to escape, but I do want to look at one thing here. If you don't hold your opponent's tricep, which in this case Rick didn't because he opted for a frame here, this is what's going to happen. Your opponent's going to lift their chest up and you're going to end up spinning and they're just going to take side control on your opposite side. So Zach started on side control on this side, lifted his chest up. You do all that hard work, no connection, no chest to chest connection. You just end up side control on the other side. Fortunately, Rick used his frames to get Zach into the closed guard here. It was risky there for a second. I think they got time to run it back one more time. So let's see if Rick makes an adjustment. Not that he didn't escape that time. All right, he's holding on to Gi this time. Now he's really going to get chest to chest connection. Yeah, exactly. So from here, why did that work? Because as he's running, Zach tries to lift up his chest, but he can't. So instead of him ending up on side control on this side, as he didn't have chest to chest connection, you now end up on top in the no, not dogfight, front headlock position. Beautiful escape. These guys are really getting it. I'm glad we spend so much time on the fundamentals and a lot of time drilling and sparring from this position, forcing them to work it, working out the nuances. Probably gonna run out of time here. Oh, that was interesting. So he tries to sit up directly on this one as a cross frame here, turns. Zach does not lift up his chest on this one, or he lifts up too late. Rick's already out. He could hit a switchback from here. No need. As Zach settles to his knees, Rick gets on top. Leave on top, Aldo on the bottom here. Dave crushing him with that side control pressure. Oh, Aldo super athletic, getting to the ghost escape position. Dave almost on his back though. Think that Aldo's going to be able to get this escape. I want to see him clear the legs. Yep, there we go. And almost into a counter armbar here. Nice. Aldo did a good job blocking Dave's leg from entering all the way. Here, using this arm to block Dave's knee over. Gets to his stomach. He's not as perpendicular as he'd like to be, but still manages to get top position here. Finish out. Gotta run it back. The other team's in the way. Dave's sitting through it. Aldo's got to hit a switchback now. Well, he's got to get on his side first. There we go. Oof. Aldo's super athletic. I don't like how close he's giving up his back, though. Now he's knee on belly on the other side, but he could scramble for a leg lock. Nice. Good escape. Fast forward a little bit. Oh, Aldo gets that frame inside, going for a traditional escape. Good. Gets to that half guard, half butterfly. Nice. Good escape. And sweep. And make him reset. Oh, Dave staples that knee over. Aldo gets underneath him, goes for a leg entanglement. Dave gets a leg entanglement. Almost. Good job, both these guys. Think they got time for one more. Starting a ghost escape position here. All the bad camera work on my part. I apologize. Looks like Dave had him mounted for a second, and now Aldo's out. That I apologize, guys. That seemed like a good one to study too. Jose on top, Kev on the bottom here. Struggling. Kev gets that one frame in now and tricep. Let's see how he just so his head is way it like Jose's really burying that elbow way far behind Kev's head. If Kev wants to go for the ghost escape, he's got a lot to clear. Let's see how he handles this puzzle. Prevents the mount with his arm and his leg. Smart. Oh no, Jose's over one leg. I can't see what where Kev's left arm is right now. You should put him into the half guard though. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's an escape. Nice. Couldn't see what his left arm was doing, but that was exactly the right call. Opponent makes big movements, you make the small movements, penetrate the gaps. They start over. Kev trying to use that leg swing to get that frame inside. Uses a bridge. Beautiful. That was a great bridge. Let's look at that again. Boom. Look how far Jose's head moves towards the opposite side. Kev's elbow is already in here. Now he's got to get the rest of his hand in, or I don't know what escape he's trying to do. If he wants a ghost escape, he's got to get the rest of his hand in. Yep. Looks like he's locking on the close side tricep. Gets the position. Excellent. Yep. Bump escape. Nice. That was textbook. So again, his head was buried deep behind Jose's forearm here. Well, how does he deal with it? Big bump. Gets his head clear. Right out the door. Boom, right on top. Excellent. Fast forward it. Bump to get the frame in. Locking down that far tricep. Oh, Jose's adjusting. Okay, Kevin's not in a bad position. He needs to so again, you need to create space from the bottom. This arm is no longer useful. He's got to get that arm inside and go to either turtle or traditional half side control escape. He's on his side. He's no longer flat on his back. So let's see how he adjusts. Jose trying to get him flat on his back again. With the switch back here. Oh, almost. He's got his head. He's going for like an executioner. Settles for north-south. He's got to get out north-south now, but Jose's got chest to chest. It's going to be really hard to escape this position without any frames, just like side control. So he's got to get his frames in first. But bridging's not going to help him from here. Oh, there we go. Now he's got a frame. Now he's got to escape. Kinda. Kinda. No escape there. Jacob on top, Chris on the bottom here. Chris running for that ghost. Head's almost out. Oh, switches his base. So Chris got to hit a switchback. Oh, Jacob went back and now he's trying to mount. Big scrambles. Chris has got to run parallel, hit the switchback. Oh no, it opts for an underhook. Trying to get him in traditional guard position. There we go. Excellent. Good escape with the frame inside. Nice. Jake did a good job switching like back and forth. So here, locking him down. See if he runs it. He's got to hit a switch back here. He's got to get on his side first though. Yeah, you're not going to hit anything if you're flat on your back. So Chris needs to free his head and walk. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, Jacob sliding over the mount. Oh, beautiful block by Chris. Nice. That was great. I'm telling you, man, these guys are picking it up quick. Task-based games is the way to go. So he runs it. Still flat on his back. There we go. Now he's getting to the side. Beautiful. Oh, almost. But manages to create a scramble to the other side. Exactly. So even if the ghost escape doesn't work in its entirety, you will create scrambles or space enough. Let's call it what it is. You'll create a scramble that you can control that will put you one step ahead of your opponent and hopefully use that wisely to get out of the position. Chris has got to commit and run to his left. There we go. He's running. Oh, loses control of that tricep. So he lost control of that tricep. He runs. Here. That's on him. Of course, Jacob's just going to take that arm out. Now, not all is lost. He manages to get his frames in and even get on top. But please keep that. Let's not even risk it. Sean on top, Chow on the bottom. Chow's got the grips, running it. Oh, Sean steps over in the mount. You got to use that arm to prevent it. But Chow manages to get him into the quarter guard here. I forget if I consider that an escape or not. So they start back in position. Oh, that was clean. That was clean by Chow. Nice. Nothing wrong with that. Not much to study either. He just zipped out the back door. Reset. Back into ghost escape position. Chow trying to get up, but he lost that chest to chest connection. Still manages to escape, but ends up on the bottom front headlock. Again, Best case scenario, or not best case scenario, must keep that chest to chest connection. Not the end of the world if you lose it, but you still don't. Yeah, there we go. That's what happens when you keep that chest to chest connection. You come out, or you have a better chance of coming out on top. Bottom front headlock better than side control, but top front headlock better than bottom front headlock. Got his head blocked. Let's see where he goes. Okay, Sean tries to step over. Oh, where's Chow's right arm? Oh, okay. Whew, that was risky. Almost came up into a triangle. I got time for one more. Might run out of time. Chow's running it. Hopefully he can free his head. Get out to the side. Beautiful. Didn't get on top, but at least managed to escape to a guard position.